Dear colleagues, friends, family, brothers and sisters across the region, we come to Easter this year in a world that feels uncertain and in many places troubled. When we read the news, we read about wars and conflicts, political tensions, economic uncertainty, migration crises, and growing about the future in many nations. People are anxious about security, about stability, about the future of their children. Many people across the region live with uncertainty as a normal part of life. In many ways, the world today feels heavy. It feels unpredictable. And many people are asking quietly, sometimes out aloud, sometimes only in their heart, but they are asking, what is going to happen next? Where is the world going? Is there any real hope? If we're honest with ourselves, the world into which Jesus rose from the dead was not a peaceful or a stable world either. It was a world under military occupation. It was a world of political oppression, heavy taxation, injustice, and violence. It was a world where most ordinary people had very little control over their future. It was a world filled with fear and uncertainty. And it was into that world that Easter happened. In Luke chapter 24, verses 1 through 8, we read that on that first Easter morning, the women walked toward the tomb carrying spices. They were not walking toward hope. They were walking toward death. Their teacher had been executed. Their dreams had collapsed. The movement they thought would change the world appeared to be over. They were grieving, confused, and afraid. They did not go to the tomb expecting resurrection. They went to finish the burial. But when they arrived, the stone was rolled away and the tomb was empty. And the angels asked one of the most important questions in all of Scripture. Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Suddenly, hope abounded. And that question still speaks today. Many people are still looking for hope in places where hope cannot be found. They look for hope in governments, political systems, economic growth, national strength, technology, wealth, security systems, in human progress. But history shows us again and again that these things rise and fall. They never hold steady. They never fully satisfy. They never fully save. Easter reminds us that our hope was never been and will never be in the stability of the world. Our hope has always been in the risen Christ. The resurrection did not happen when everything was going well. The resurrection happened when everything looked lost. The resurrection is God's declaration that darkness does not win. Death does not win. Evil, despair do not win. God has the final word, and his final word is life. That is why the empty tomb matters so much. The empty tomb means that hope is not just an idea. Hope is a person. Hope is Jesus Christ, alive, present, reigning, and building his church. Because the tomb is empty, we know that no situation is beyond redemption, that no country is beyond God's reach. No city is beyond hope. No person is beyond grace. No church is beyond renewal. And no future is beyond God's ability to work. Empires have come and gone. Political systems have come and gone. Economies have risen and fallen. Borders have changed. Governments have changed. But for 2,000 years, one thing has remained constant. Jesus Christ is alive and his church continues. This is our hope. Not that the world will become easy, but that Christ has overcome the world. And because he is alive, we live differently. We do not live in fear like those who have no hope. We do not live in despair when the world becomes unstable. We do not stop the mission of God when circumstances become difficult. Instead, We continue with courage, with faith, with patience, and with hope, because we know something the world does not know or refuses to accept. The tomb is empty, Christ is risen, and the story is not over. So this Easter, my friends, across the Eurasia region or wherever you may be, whether you're in a large city, a small village, a large church or a small church, whether your country is stable or unstable, whether your ministry feels easy or difficult, we all celebrate the same truth. The stone was rolled away. Death was defeated. Christ is risen. And because he lives, we have hope. So now, may the risen Christ fill you with peace in uncertain times. May he give you courage where you serve. May he strengthen his church across the region. And may we continue to carry the message of the empty tomb to a world that is searching for hope. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. God bless you.